Violent psychic shockwaves racked the planet's surface, the populace dead or driven mad, but the planet still of vital importance to the Imperium, with rare and irreplaceable archaeotech sealed deep within its vaults. The Adeptus Astartes had come to collect this most vital of technology. However, they were not the only ones seeking to claim something from the planet before its demise. The ancient Aeldari had come to hasten the planet's demise, for should it be allowed to continue its course unchecked, it would open up a tear in the fabric of reality so great it would threaten not only the planet, but the whole system and even those surrounding it. As the Aeldari set about hastening the planet's destruction, they inevitably came into conflict with the Adeptus Astartes, and battle was joined in the grim-dark universe of Warhammer 40,000. Our scenario today is amidst the Maelstrom. This is one of the White Dwarf bunker missions from September 2023. Now, the first thing we have are the mission special rules beset by horror, where each time we take a leadership test or battle shock test, if the unit's a character, we get to add one to the result. However, if it's not a character unit, we minus one from the result instead. Adrift and leaderless also means when the warlord of a player's army is destroyed, each unit from their army has to take a battle shock test. We have two mission objectives. The first is Anchored in Reality, a progressive objective where you do throughout the game. From the second battle round onwards, at the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 VP for controlling 1 or more, 2 or more, or 3 or more objectives. Our endgame objective is then Champion's Bane, where at the end of the battle, each player scores 5 VP for each enemy character unit that's destroyed to a maximum of 15, and if there are no characters, meaning your opponent only took 1 or 2, but you've destroyed all the characters, you'll gain the full 15 victory point allotment. In today's game, I'm playing with the Aeldari, and I'm playing the Aspect Host Detachment. Path of the Warrior is the rule we get for this, where each time an Aspect Warrior or Avatar Arcane unit attacks, we can choose to either reroll hit rolls of 1 or reroll wound rolls of 1. For epic heroes in our force, we have Baharoth, the Phoenix Lord of the Swooping Hawks, and Eldrad Utheran, who will be our Warlord. For other characters, we then have an Autarch Wayleaper with Starglaive and Reaper Launcher, and a Warlock wielding a Witchblade. For Battleline, we have a unit of Guardian Defenders with 10 models in the unit, and a heavy weapon platform attached to them with a Bright Lance. For Infantry, we then have 3 squads of Dire Avengers, all with 10 models in the unit. 2 of these are equipped with the X-Archers having Dire Swords and Shuriken Pistols, while the other X-Arch has 2 Shuriken Catapults. We then have a unit of 10 Howling Banshees with the X-Arch wielding Mirror Swords, a Swooping Hawks unit with 10 models and the X-Arch having a Last Blaster X-Blast version, and then a unit of Warp Spiders with 10 models in there and the X-Arch wielding the X-Arch Death Spinner. For monsters, we then have a Wraith Lord with 2 Aeldari Flamers, 2 Star Cannons, and a Ghostglaive. For monsters, vehicles, we then have 2 Vipers, 1 equipped with Scatter Laser and 1 equipped with Star Cannon. And then we have our Wave Serpents in dedicated transports, 1 equipped with Twin Bright Lance, 1 equipped with Twin Star Cannon, and both with underslung Shuriken Cannons. Troy has brought along his Space Marines today, and he's playing the Firestorm Assault Force. This gives him a close range eradication, where ranged weapons equipped by Adeptus Astartes units from your army have the Assault ability, and each time an attack made with such a weapon targets a unit within 12 inch, they get to add +1 to its strength. For epic heroes in his force, he has Adrax Agatone and Vulcan Hastan, who is his army's warlord. Other characters are then an Apothecary with the enhancement War Tempered Artifice, and a Lieutenant with Neo Volkite Pistol and Storm Shield and the enhancement Champion of Humanity. For infantry, we then have a Blade Guard Veteran Squad with 6 models in the unit, a Company Heroes unit, and an Inferno Squad with 10 models in the unit as well. Vehicle-wise, then we have a Ballistus Dreadnought, 2 Invicta Tactical Warsuits with Incendium Cannons, a Land Raider Crusader with Multi-Melter and Storm Bolter, a Land Raider Redeemer with Multi-Melter Storm Bolter, Predator Annihilator with 2 Lash Cannons and Storm Bolter, and a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike. Alright, so we are all deployed down on the table for the Aeldari. I've got a Wave Serpent here with some Dire Avengers and Dire Avengers out of it, a Viper, we then have Eldrad the Warlock and the Guardians along with the Wraith Lord. Howling Banshees on the other flank with another Viper and Wave Serpent loaded up with Dire Avengers. In reserve, we do have the Autarch leading the Warp Spiders and Baharoth leading the Swooping Hawks. Now, meanwhile, for the Space Marines, down here, first of all, we have the Land Raider Redeemer, which has the Infernus Marines plus Apothecary. We then have the... that is the converted up Invicta Tactical Warsuit there. We then have the Ballistus Dreadnought, another Invictus Tactical Warsuit, one of the Storm Speeders. We have the Predator with all its last cannons, and lastly we've got a Land Raider Crusader, which has the company heroes led by Vulcan and the Blade Guard veterans in there as well. And Adrax and the Lieutenant are leading those Blade Guard. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. And so we're going to go for first turn roller for the Aeldari. I got a 4 for the Space Marines. They got a 6 on the cursed dice. They are having the first turn.
Yeah.
Alright, so the other thing before the game as well, obviously the Invictus Tactical Warsuits there have their scout move, moving them both up. And then we go into the Space Marines command phase. They get to pick their Oath of Moment target. And you're going to pick the Wave 7 at the back here with the Twin Bright Lancers as your Oath of Moment target. And with that, we'll go into Space Marines movement and come back after it's all done. Right, so movement-wise for the Space Marines, we had a lot of the Space Marine vehicles advance up the table and start to draw lines of sight onto the Aeldari. And so we're going to begin shooting with the Predator at the back there. Going to shoot the Wave Serpents. So, last cannons on the sides first. Rerolls to hit, because Oath of Moment, they will both hit. Threes to wound.
Plus one wound.
Plus one a wound though, because the Oath, so they will both wound. And -3, so these will be on a 5-up invuln. Pass 1, fail 1. Damage is going to be...
I can reroll damage rolls of 1.
Yep, can reroll damage rolls of 1 into 7. And then the last cannon mounted atop it is going to miss. I can re-roll though, because Oath of Moment, and get a hit, and a 2 to wound then. No, re-roll 1. No re-roll, so that's the Predator. The Ballistus is then going to target the same Wave Serpent, so it's last cannon first.
Yes.
Re-rolls to hit, because Oath of Moment, both hit, and 2s to wound, both wounds. And these will be a 5-up save again. Fail both this time, oh dear. That's going to be 5, 6, 7. That will end the Wave Serpent, so does it explode? No. Alright, so the Assault Cannon here from the Land Raider Redeemer is going to go into the Guardian squad there. And they are going to be 3s to hit. Plenty of hits there, and Strength 6 into Toughness 3, so 2s. That'll be 4. And so 4 saves on the Guardians, thanks to the barricade there. We are going to be 3-up saves. And fail 1. The Invictus Tactical Warsuit here will be putting everything that's in range, so everything except the Incendium Cannon, into the Guardians as well. Heavy Bolters to start with. All hit, and that's a sustained. And so we will be 3s to wound. So for AP1 means I will go back to my base 4+ save. Pass 2, fail 2, and the Iron Hail on the back. And so the Iron Hail then will hit. Rerolls. Oh no, no rerolls. Just
no. 2.
Strength
4.
Strength 4.
Yeah.
And so 3-up saves. Save both. Alrighty. So next up, we've got the other Invictus Tactical Warsuit. It's Heavy Bolter and Stubbers into the Wave Serpent.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Flamer down into the Howling Banshees. Actually, scratch that. First of all, we're going to shoot the Storm Speeder down at the Wave Serpent first. So it's Last Fusel first. Okay, first of all, the Storm Fury missile.
Hits on 2s.
Hits on 2s. Hit.
Strength 12.
Strength 12, so 3s. Does wound. AP.
3.
So 5-up invuln. No.
D6 plus 1.
For 4. Now the Las Talon. Yep, hits on 2s. And strength 9. That'll wound. And so another 5-up invuln then. Saved. The Rocket Pod misses.
Shot.
Gets 1 shot, sorry. And misses. Alright, so now back to the Invictus Tactical Warsuit. It's Heavy Bolter into the Wave Serpent, hitting on 3s. Sustained. And wounding on 5s. Oh, +1 a wound will mean 4s, yeah. Not that it mattered. AP -1 will take me to a 4-up. Saved. And the stubbers, and they are strength 4, so 6s. 1. 3-up
Even
save.
if it went to 5s, I didn't roll any 5s.
No, fail it. And so your flamer from the Invicta Tactical Warsuit into the Banshees
Is 8?
8 shots. So 2s to wound. Yes.
All 8.
All 8. And so a 5-up invuln on the Banshees. Pass 1, 2, so that'll be 6 down. And so with that, everything else is out of range. Oh, is your assault cannon on that one in range? No, was wrong. That's out of range. So we are going to go to the assault phase. You've got a charge for your Invicta. You need an 11 now to hit the Banshees. That is not 11. And so Joy is electing to re-roll 10.
Oh.
No, that will not succeed. And so into Aeldari turn 1. We are going to gain 2 CP because Eldrad's on the table. And then I do have a battleshock test on the Howling Banshees now due to the mission special rule because there's no character in them. They will be at -1 to the test. So needing 7+. Got 6. I fail. And so movement for the Aeldari. We did move the Dire Avengers up here, though I spent one of my agile maneuvers to make them immune to Overwatch. Because there's a giant flame cannon there. We don't want that. The Guardians move across and we move up on that flank with a bunch of our units as well. And so Eldrad also is now within range to doom the Invicta Tactical Warsuit there. We'll go into Eldar shooting. And so the scatter laser here is going to shoot up into the Storm Speeder, needing 3s to hit. Hits 3 times. And 5s to wound. 1 wound, no AP, damage 1, so there'll be a 3-up save on it.
I'm in colour.
Saved. 2 shots from the shuriken catapult then into the Invicta. We are hitting on 3s and wounding on 6s. Re-rolling though because twin linked. No. Alright, so the Dire Avengers then are going to shoot the Invicta Tactical Warsuit. We have spent a CP to give them lethal hits, and we're going to elect to reroll 1s to hit with the Aspect Warrior Host rule. So we are 3s to hit. And then my rerolls, and miss with 1, but that's a sustain, so it goes back in. And then we are 6s to wound. And so 14 4-ups on the Invicta Tactical Warsuit. So the Wraithforged Star Cannons will come over here. Its small arms will go into the other Invicta Tactical Warsuit. So the Star Cannons hitting on 3s because it's getting +1 to hit due to being near a psycho. 2 hits. And strength 8, so 4s. 2 wounds and 2 saves at -3. They'll fail, so 4 more damage on it. 2 flamers on the Wraithlord then at the other Invicta, so we are 12 shots. 6s to wound, however, will yield nothing. And so Wave Serpent putting everything into this Invicta Tactical Warsuit, so we will go with the Star Cannons first. 1 hit. 1 wound, -3. Saved. Shuriken Cannon then. That's a lethal. So 1 save, -1. There's 2 more damage. I guess we'll go with Eldrad trying to finish it off. And the rest of the Guardians will go into the other Invicta. So Eldrad hits on a 2. Hits. Wounds on a 5. Wounds. -2. D6 damage.
It doesn't matter, I have 1 wound left.
Does he explode?
I don't want to explode.
No. And so 2 Guardians are in range of that Invicta Tactical Warsuit, so we are hitting on 3s and winning on 5s because +1 a wound due to Doom. 2, -1. Take 2 wounds. And then the Bright Lance hits, doesn't wound. 4 Shuriken Pistols into it from the, and they're going to re-roll 1s to wound, so 3s to hit, All hits.
Sixes.
5 to wound because you're doomed.
Yep. Reroll on ones.
Reroll the 1 for another 1 at -1. Nope. Then the star cannon from the Viper there. Both hits. Strength 8, so 3s to wound. Both wounds, -3 on each.
Ooh. Oh.
4 damage altogether. And then it's Twin Shuriken Catapult underneath. Both hits, 5s to wound. No rerolls on that, so just 1 at -1. Saved. And so, charges. We're going to charge with the Banshees first.
So I'm going to Overwatch.
Yep. And as the Banshees charge, you do declare an Overwatch. So you've got 6 shots from your Flamer. 2s to wound. That's not good for the Banshees. That is certainly not good for the Banshees. The Wraith Lord will then charge, so it needs an 8, 7. We'll spend a CP to reroll and get the 10. And so we're going to go with our strike profile. We are going to be hitting on 3s. All hit. 3s to wound. 3 at -3.
Yep.
And he's a D6 plus 1 each. 7, 8, 9,
Yeah, I'm dead.
12.
I only had 6 wounds left.
Do you explode, however? No. Every explode roll has been a 3 so far. And so we go into Space Marines turn 2. They control 2 objectives, so that will give them 10 victory points. And then we have an Oath of Moment target to pick.
I'm going to pick the Wraith.
Yep, and you're going to pick the Wraith Lord as Oath of Moment targets. And so with that, we'll go into Space Marines movement.
That goes that way. This goes this way.
So Space Marine movement is pretty much just the vehicle line moving up across the table, and so we're going to start with the Storm Speeder down into the Wave Serpent there. So first of all,
Now on 3.
yep,
And then
and 3 for a wound, and 5 up in Von. No.
2.
And now Las Fusel,
Not on 2s.
1 hit. And wounds because you're strength 9. Oh no. Then the Rocket Pod, because you failed to wound there, that will hit.
2. No, that's 2. Because it's
2 shots, not the roll to hit. The 3 shots. They do not hit. The Blisters then, going into the Wave Serpent. So it's 1. Rerolls.
Rerolls because of it. Still a miss.
Still misses though.
No, it doesn't
Wounds.
wound.
And so 1, 5 up, save. Saved.
Okay, next
The missiles. Both hit. And so because you plus 1 wound from your vehicle, you do get it. So 5 ups. Plus 1 fail 1. Damage D6.
D6.
4. Alright, so the multi-melter from the Land Raider is going to go into the Wave Serpent, while all its other guns will target the Guardian squad. So the multi-melter, both hit, and don't wound. Oh wait, plus 1 wound will.
Yeah.
So 5 up, nope,
Okay.
doesn't matter. And so, doesn't explode. So the Dire Avengers jump out of the ruined vehicle, but then we have the assault cannons into the Guardians. 3s to hit, and 2s to wound. 4. And so will be 3 up saves. 1 dies. Right, now the Hurricane Bolters into them as well, hitting on 3s. And then 3s to wound, because strength 4. Re-rolling that fail. It's twin linked. And 3 ups, fail 2 more. Then the Storm Bolter, so 2 shots, 1 hit. 3s to wound, wounds. 3 up, saved. Right, so all its last cannons here into the Wraith Lord that destroyed his buddy. So these are the side sponsors.
Yes.
Yep. And 1 wound. Sorry, they do both wounds, because 2s, because your Oath of Moment will give you the plus 1. So -3 will mean we go to a 5 up save. Pass 1, fail 1. Damage.
2.
2.
Ah.
Reroll 1s and
6.
re-roll it into a 6. Then the big gun on top. Hits. Wounds. 5 up. No. 2.
Roll damage.
And rerolls. Wow.
Does he explode?
So after that, does he explode? No. Alright, so the Redeemer's going to go the Flame Cannons and the Multi-Melter into the Viper, and then your Assault Cannon, Storm Bolter into the Dire Avengers. 2d6 plus 6 into the Viper. 9, 15. So 15, 3 ups on the Flame Storms.
Okay.
So 5 up saves. I pass 1, 2, 3 and take 7. That takes the Viper down. Does it explode? No. And then the Assault Cannon.
Assault Cannon.
Into the Dire Avengers. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s.
Twin link.
And so 4. No AP, so these will be 4 up saves. Fail 3. And then the Storm Bolter, rapid fire range, 3 hits. Wounds on a 3. So 4 up saves again, save 2, fail 1. And so the charge phase comes along. The Land Raider is going to make an assault into the Dire Avengers. It certainly is. And so we're going to combat. No tank shock, it is just doing it for the movement, but attacks.
All of them?
Hits all of them. Strength 6.
Strength 8.
Strength 8, 2s. Wow, 5. These will be 4 ups on the Dire Avengers there. Wow, fail 4. And so, fighting back, 4 attacks. 3 hits. And 6s. 1. Hey! So we then go into the Aeldari turn 2. And so again 2 CP from Eldrad, and then I've got a Battle Shock test now on the Dire Avengers. They're fine. And then we'll go into Aeldari movement. And so we go movement for Aeldari. By the way, in the command phase we did gain 5 VP for controlling one. We no longer control that one. But we did bring the Swooping Hawks down, the Dire Avengers Guardians moved up, the Warp Spiders came down as well, the Dire Avengers and Viper move up on that flank. So, let's go into shooting. Also, Eldrad will doom the Redeemer, making everything +1 to wound it. And then we'll start with his units. So, we will go with the Bright Lamps first. Hits. Wounds. -3.
Saved. Off this first.
We'll then go with Eldrad himself, Mind Warring. Misses. Then 2 Shuriken Pistols. 1 hits. 5 to wounds. Doesn't wound. And 4 Guardians. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s because of Doom. Nothing. And so for a CP, you have had your unit jump out, and they are going to return fire on the Guardians. So 10 D6 shots. In the dice tray is usually the preferred way we roll. Alright, so these will be 2s to wound thanks to your army bonus. Alright, so we're going to have to roll 4 saves at a time and go through all of this because obviously there's characters there that'll be hit. So saves of 5 up for the Guardians. Pass 2. 2 more. Nope. And I can just roll for 4 up Invons. So they'll go on the Warlock before they go on Eldrad if I somehow roll that many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I did roll that many. And so your Apothecary then also adding a shot does hit. Now, just of note here is all your shots technically happen at the same time. So you would have shot when the majority of the unit was T3, not Eldrad, who is now T4. So
this will be on 2s.
2s. Does wound.
AP1.
Yep, so 4 up. Nope. Alright, we can go with that. We will go with the Swooping Hawks next, and they're going to target the Infernus Marines then. So we're going to shoot the Dire Avengers first, and they are going to go into the Infernus Marines. So I'm going to get sustained hits 1 on these. I'm going to re-roll hit rolls of 1, so 3s. And then re-rolls. We'll have 4 misses. And 1 will go back in for sustained. And strength 4, so 4s to wound. And so 16 shots at AP 1 into those Infernus Marines. So Swooping Hawks then into the Infernus Marines, and we're going with the Last Blasters first. 3s, re-rolling 1s. And so re-rolls. They will all hit, they'll miss. And so 4s to wound then on the Infernus. So 13 4-ups.
1.
Then the X-Archer's Last Master hits on 3s, re-rolling a 1, of course there's 2 2s. And Strength 5, so 3s. 2, -1.
Fail 1.
And so Baharov then is going, and he'll be 2-ups to lethal hit on the turn he comes down from the sky. And can re-roll 1s. So it'll be 4 lethals, AP -1. And that is 2 more dead. And so on a shot, you will get a command point because you killed the bodyguard. You do. We'll then go with the Warp Spiders next into the Ballistas. And you're going to spend a CP on Armor of Contempt there. They'll elect you re-roll wounds. The Autarch then is going to go, he'll go with a 1 shot from his Starshot Reaper Launcher. Hits on a 2. And Strength 10.
Toughness 10.
So 4s. No. And so then 96 shots from the Warp Spiders. And so 6s to wound, re-rolling 1s. And so 6 wounds so far, 5 re-rolls on the 1s though. Doesn't add anything. So 6 at -1, but your Armor of Contempt, so it just means
I'm okay.
you're fine. Then the X-Archer's Death Spinner will be D6 shots for 4. And will wound on 5s because strength 6. 1 and 2 re-rolls. 2.
Still AP1?
Yeah. Take a wound. And so the Dire Rangers here, spending a CP for lethal hits on the Predator. Going to re-roll hit rolls of 1, so 3s to hit. Re-rolls of the 2 1s, both fail. And then 6s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So 10 4-up saves, or 3-ups.
1, 2.
The Twin Shuriken Catapult then. 1 hit. Doesn't wound. And the Star Cannon from the Viper behind, both hit. 1 wound, -3. 2 more damage on it. And so a couple of charges. First of all, Aeldari is going to charge the Apothecary. Going to get in. We'll then have the Warp Spiders charge the Ballistas, needing a 9. 7. We'll spend a CP, which we can do for free from the Autarch. 7 again. You know what? We're going to try that 11-inch charge with the Dire Avengers into the Predator. And we land it. And so, start of combat, Eldrad's going to go. Needs 2s to hit with the Stars of Ulthamar. 2 hits. Wounds on 2s. 2 wounds. -1 damage to a pop.
Fail 1.
So we're going to go re-roll 1s on them. So we're hitting on 3s. Re-roll 1s to wound, by the way. 3s to hit. 6s to wound. 1.
Reroll now. 2 1s.
Re-rolls. Just 1. No AP. Saved. Then the Dire Sword. All hits. 6s to wound. Reroll the 1. 2 at -2. Take 2 damage. So the Land Raider then attacks the Dire Avengers. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 2s. 5. 1 dies. The Exarch then will punch back. Hits with both. 6s. Rerolling 1s. 1. No AP. Save. So 4 attacks. Hits once.
That's a wound.
Saved on. And so the Predator. 3 attacks with the Predator.
On 5s.
1 hit.
Strength 6.
So 2s. Nothing. And so that'll be the end of combat. And we'll go into the Space Marines turn 3. First of all, Oath of Moment target.
Yeah.
Today's video is sponsored by the Warhammer merch shop. Want to grab some merch for your favourite Warhammer army? You can use our affiliate link down below to grab your next purchase and help support the channel at the same time. Alright, so your Oath of the Moment target will be the Dire Avengers there. So with that, we'll go into Space Marines movement and come back after it's all done. So movement wise, the Ballistas just moves off ever so slightly with the Crusader disembarking some troops, coming over and disembarking the Blade Guard in front of it. With the company heroes along with Vulcan, I'm going to say. And Adrax is over here with the Blade Guard, along with a lieutenant.
Yes.
But as they get out, I am going to overwatch with the Warp Spiders and Autarch. And yeah, that just continues to sit up in the middle of the table. So, let's go with an overwatch. Start with the Autarch, 2 shots from his Starstorm, hitting on 6s. Nothing. And so 9d6 from the regular weapons. And so winning on 4s. And rerolls, 1 more. So 16 at -1, these will be 4-ups. And then the Exarch as well gets 5 shots. Wounding on 3s because of strength 6. That'll be 5 wounds. And so now you've got 5 more saves.
Oh, 3.
3, so literally the wound. Got a pistol to shoot Eldrak. And so hits, strength.
So it doesn't matter.
So 3 to wound, wounds, and 4 up, saved. We're going with the Lance Talon down into the Viper. This will
That
be
is a hit.
hit.
That is a wound.
Yep. AP.
3.
Well, 6. Hey, I saved it. Oh, that was the Storm Fury. Now it's the Last Talon with 2 shots. Miss? No, hits.
Hit.
Yeah, because I haven't put the -1 on you this time. 5 wounds. 6s. Fail 1. 6. Then have the company heroes shooting the Dire Avengers. Heavy bolter. Reroll because they're the open moment.
Still get extras.
Yep, 2s. AP 1, so 5 ups. Save 2 die. And 2 bolt rifles. And yeah, 2.
AP1.
Both fail. So D6 plus 3 from Vulcan's Flamer. So 7.
2s.
2s to wounds. 6.
AP1.
5 ups. Pass none. And so the Blade Guard into the Warp Spiders.
Oh, only 1 hit. That is a wound.
There's the save. Neo Volkite Pistol. Misses.
Adrax is D6 plus 3.
For 5, 8 in total.
What's their tops?
3.
So this will be 2s.
2s to wounds. Ugh. That's 8.
8.
And so 5 up invulns. Pass 2, that's 6 down. And so after you finish shooting, I'm going to make a move with them. D6 plus 1 inches for 4. So everything from the Land Raider into the Warp Spiders. Assault Cannon to begin with. Hits on 3s. And wounds on 2s. That's 1 dev. 2 dev. And 1 save. Nope. Then the Storm Bolters.
No, this is the
Oh no.
the Hurricane Bolters.
Hurricane Bolters, sorry, Hurricane Bolters. 3s to wound, twin linked. And so rolling these 2 at a time, because the Exarch does have 2 wounds. He's dead. Good job, Exarch. And then 6 on the Autarch. 4 up invuln, takes 2. And then a multi-melter shot. 1 hit. 1 wounds, 4 up, saved. And Storm Bolter, both hit. 1 wounds, saved. And then that going into the Dire Avengers.
The multi-multi.
So the multi-melter will target the dude in front. We'll go with that first. -1 to hit.
So 1.
1.
That's definitely a wound.
5 up. Saved.
What?
And 2d6 plus 6 into his buddies, the other Dire Avengers. So 9,
15.
15. 2s to wounds. That is 13 wounds. So 5 up in bonds. Pass 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1 dude left. Assault cannon. And what? 2 6s here do it.
Oh, and those, because
yeah,
I'm shooting at combat.
1 and then 2.
Oh, twin link.
Twin links, you're going to go for it? No, nothing there. Oh no, 2 steel will wound. Fail 1, he dies. And the ballistas will shoot the autarch, so 2 lash cannon shots. 2 hits.
1.
1 wound. Saved. And then the missiles, both hit. Both wounds. Saved. Stormboxes.
Oh, I can reroll that.
And 3s. 3. Saves. And so with that, combat, I am going to go with Aeldari. And so anti-infantry 2+. Wow. We are going to re-roll that. There we go. And 2s to wounds. 2. -2.
Fell them both.
And so Land Raider into Dire Avenger Exarch.
1.
Only hits once. It's
enough.
only 1 damage, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's not going to kill it.
that's a wound.
It's a save. And so my Exarch. 1 hit. No wounds. And so we go into Aeldari turn 3. We gain no CP here. No VP, sorry. I do gain 2 more CP though, because Aeldari is alive. And so we'll go into movement. Alrighty, so Aeldari movement's all done. At the end of movement, we are going to doom your Land Raider.
No.
And so let's start. We're going to put a shot into its butt. First of all, actually, we'll go with the Swooping Hawks. And so as the Swooping Hawks shoot, you are going to pop smoke. I'm going to spend a CP on them to give them sustained hits 1 as well as their lethal hits, which they have naturally. I'm going to reroll 1s to hit. So, rerolling the 1s. And then 6s to wound. Be just another 2. So it'll be 8. So 8 saves at no AP, so these are 1s. Take 1. And we'll then get 4 shots from the Exarch's Last Blaster. Lethal and sustained. 2 hits. And so that'll be 3 now. On 6s. Reroll nothing. So just 1 at -2. Nope. And then Baharoth is hitting on 3s now with the negative to hit. So 1 lethal. 6s. Nope, just 1. It's -1 but damage 2. Nope. The Dire Avenger. So we've got...
On 4s.
Yep. And then 2 more in for sustained. 6s. Another 1. -1. Nope. Eldrad then, first of all, his pistol. Hits. So he hits on 2. And doesn't wound. Mind War, hitting on a 3. And wounding on a 5. Wounds. -2. Dang. And then the Autarch. Misses. He's an aspect unit, so he can re-roll. Hits. 10, so no. The 4 will wound because you're doomed.
Escaping.
-3.
Okay.
And then charges. We are going to charge with Eldrad first. He's in. And so 2d6, just do the flamers first.
Yep.
I'll just take Eldrad.
18?
I'll just take him now. And so the Autarch, 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Oof. Only those 6s did something.
And
it hits on 2.
no, 3s to hit because he does have the glaive, not the other weapons. 6s to wound, re-rolling 1s. 5s to wound because he is still doomed. 4. -3, all 4 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, 12 damage. Baharoth then, Shiny Blade, 2s to hit, 6s be sustained. So it puts another in. And then 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s. That is 3 at -2. And so we are 3s to hit, 5s to wounds, rerolling 1s. That is just 3. It's probably not going to be enough. No AP, 2 ups. Need a double 1 here for me. No. And with that, I think we can call game because that Redeemer is about to murder the rest of my army.
Yeah, well.
But hey, the Autarch, he did good. Victory to the Space Marines, though. Thank you all for watching. We hope this battle report was enjoyable for you, and if you did enjoy it, please go check out some of our others in the playlist on the channel. If you have any questions, please drop a comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future wargaming content. Thank you all.